Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining in today. We will be speaking on tips to develop healthy eating habits. And my name is Shireen Jubayar. I am a nurse educator and the founder of Destyne Fit and Be Empowered. So before we start, I will be letting you know a little bit about Destyne Fit. So the meaning behind Destyne Fit is actually we are destined to be healthy and fit. So our clients learn to change their lifestyle for a fit and a healthier version of themselves. And we help them through their journey to optimum fitness through our monthly fitness challenge. We usually coach our clients one on one so they can upgrade their lifestyle for a fit and a healthier body and mind. So this afternoon our aim will be to be knowledgeable of how to create and to maintain healthy eating habits. We will be able to define and break bad eating habits. We will be able to determine how to make healthy changes and to be able to list ways to stay consistent with healthy eating. So many of us, we want to change our unhealthy eating habits, but we don't know how, right? So the foods we eat can affect your health and it can affect your risk for certain diseases. So to eat healthier foods, you may need to change some of your daily habits. You also may need to change some things in your environment. So your environment includes everything around you, like your home and also your place of work. You don't need to make a huge change to eat healthier, and you don't have to change your habits all at the same time. So it's best to set small goals and change your habits little by little over a period of time. So small changes can actually make a big difference in our health. So we would want to change your eating habits. Like example, if you are a late night eater, you would want to start probably by changing that. Or also if your environment. So if your environment is not conducive for healthy eating, you would want to change that environment. So you want to create a healthy environment by shopping for healthy foods, staying away from fast food. So the environment I'm speaking about right now is actually your home. So especially if you are the one that, is in charge of shopping, then you would want to start by shopping for healthy foods and staying away from fast foods. So a healthy diet is good for our overall health, and it also can help you reach your healthy weight, and it can also help you maintain a healthy weight. So to improve your eating habits, it's best to make small lifestyle changes that you can keep doing over time. What I've realized is sometimes if we try too hard and we make too many changes at one time, then more than likely it is very difficult for us to keep it up for a longer time frame, or if we're looking at a lifestyle change, right? It is a bit more challenging. So how do we actually target or tackle bad eating habits? So most of us are actually creatures, or should I say human beings on a whole, are creatures of habits, right? We buy the same foods from the same grocery store majority of the time. We prepare the same recipes over and over if it's a weekly thing. And we live within our own familiar routines. But if you are serious about eating healthier and also losing weight, you will have to shake that up, right? So you would have to change those bad eating habits, and you would now start to think differently about your diet and about your lifestyle. So the problem is we get so comfortable in our ways that it's actually hard to give up always, right? We don't want to move out of our comfort zone. We are too comfortable. So Dr. John, who is the director of a college in medicine and behavioral sciences, stated that many people are skeptical about changing their diets because they have grown accustomed to eating or drinking the same foods, and there is fear of the unknown or trying something new. Even when you want to change, or even when you really, really want to change, there's a saying that all habits die hard, right? So John further stated that over time, habits become automatic. It's a learned behavior, and these are actually stronger than new habits that you are trying to incorporate into your life. So even those who manage to change their bad eating habits can easily fall back on their old ways during times of stress or when you're feeling weak or vulnerable. The automatic responses will override your good intentions. And I don't know if that ever happened to you, but if you're trying to change something and you know you finally got it right, during periods of stress, you tend to want to fall back into your old ways, right? It is natural because remember, those were our comfort zones. So once we are stressed or things become challenging for us, we want to kind of get back into our comfort zone. So it's like a turtle coming out of its shell, and then you want to go back into your shell, right? So eating everything, everything that can be going along just fine until you reach a rough patch and you know you get feelings of loneliness or depression or any kind of stress, right? And then you return. So tackling bad eating habits and even exercise habits require a three-step approach. And this is the approach that we would want to probably take notes of, or, you know, you would want to focus a little bit more on it. First, you want to be aware of the bad habits that you want to fix. You also want to figure out why these habits exist. You want to figure out how you will slowly change your bad eating habits, and also if it's exercise habits, and how to develop healthier ones to replace them, right? So Carrie Gans, which is a nutritionist and American Dietetic Association spokesman, she suggested that we should try to gradually incorporate new habits over time. And sometimes, you know, before we know it, we will be eating more healthy, and we would realize we would lose weight because we are now eating more healthy. You are more likely to be successful at changing your habits if you take things one step at a time. So if your first thing is, you know, you want to stop eating late, so because you're a late night snacker, then you want to start with that, right? So eating a healthier diet may be intimidating at first, but once you see for yourself how good it makes you feel and how good healthy foods can actually taste, you have a better chance of succeeding. So over time, your preferences will change and cravings for bad food will actually fade away. And you will observe that, especially example, if you are staying away from sugars, right? Your first your first 3 days will actually be the most difficult time because you would actually crave the sugars. But once you pass your first 3 days, then you would realize the different tastes of foods. You will get up to appreciate eating without having sugar. So we have to just be aware of the bad habits that you want to fix and see how we can remove them slowly and what we can actually replace them with. So to eat a healthy diet, you may need to make some changes. Remember that you can change your eating habits a little bit at a time because small changes are easier to make and it can lead to better health. So here are some ways to make healthy changes in your eating habits. Number one, you want to keep more fruits, more low-fat dairy products. So you want to now use low-fat milk, low-fat yogurt. You want to have more vegetables, have more whole grain foods at home and also at work. You want to focus on adding healthy foods to your diet rather than just taking unhealthy foods away. So your focus is not on actually removing first, but on adding. So if you know you are, let's say, buying fast foods, right? Then when you're buying food, you want to now add some healthy foods to it. For example, let's say you love to buy Chinese, example. Then now, when you're buying Chinese, you would want to probably add some chunky veg in the Chinese. So this is how you start to incorporate healthy eating habits by adding healthy foods to your existing foods, all right? You want to try to eat a family meal every day, probably at a dining table, because this will help you focus on healthy eating healthy meals, sorry, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, you really want to start to develop a routine in terms of what you have, what you expose them to eat. So having a family meal once a day, or probably if it's every weekend, is very, very important because now you will be very mindful of what you put on the table for your kids to eat if it is you are actually looking to make healthy changes, right? So you want to buy, if you are into cooking, you want to buy a healthy recipe book and start cooking for yourself as opposed to buying food outside. Also, the trick is if it is you are someone who, when you cook, while you're cooking, you just keep eating, the trick is to chew a gum while you cook so you won't be tempted to snack on the ingredients. So try it. Chew a gum while you cook, it will help you stop picking on the food, right? So you want to also pack a healthy lunch and also healthy snacks for work. This lets you have more control over what you eat. So if you get hungry at certain times of the day at work, and you're tempted to go to buy unhealthy snacks, I suggest that you probably walk with, it can be some almond nuts, some cashew nuts, the rice, the Quaker's rice cake with some peanut butter, or even a sandwich or a salad. Walk with a snack or even a granola bar. You want to walk with a snack and keep it always with you. If it's in your drawer, in your office, or even if it's in your bag, right? Or in your car, you want to do that so it will prevent you from eating unhealthy snacks when you are tempted to. Don't skip or delay meals. Be sure to also schedule your snacks. If you ignore your feelings of hunger, you may end up eating too much or you choose unhealthy snacks. So if you often feel too hungry, it can cause you to focus a lot on food. And you don't want to, when we focus too much on food, sometimes we end up focusing on the wrong foods, right? because we are so hungry. Anything we see at that point in time, we want to eat. And for me, that's like that's something I always battle with. So I have to walk with a snack, right? Because if I don't have a snack, I am tempted to eat anything around me. So you want to eat your meals with others when you can, because you want to now relax and enjoy your meals. You want to slow down when you're eating. So don't eat too fast. Try to make healthy eating a pleasure and not a chore. Um, I know for some people, if there is something that they think is very, very healthy, you already, assume that it's not going to taste good because it's too healthy, right? And then when we're eating up, it's like a chore to eat. So you don't want that to be your case. Sometimes the things that we feel wouldn't taste good actually are the ones that taste really, really good. We just have to be open-minded when we are going on our healthy eating journey. You so don't put thoughts into your head about how the food will taste. Just try it, right? You want to also drink water or even vitamin C, the ones that you can put in the water instead of high sugar drinks. So if you're a person, or even coconut water. So if you're a person that you like to drink something while you eat or after you eat or before you eat, then ensure that it's water, coconut water, or you can try the vitamin C. I always do that, right? So these are some of the tips that you can actually incorporate to make healthy changes. So you also want to stick to a healthy diet once you develop one. So you want to start with realistic expectations. Eating a nutritious diet has many benefits, including potential weight loss. However, it's important to set realistic expectations. A lot of times we start stuff for the wrong reasons, and then because we started for the wrong reasons, our expectations is over the limit, right? So for example, a lot of people want to eat healthy because they want to lose weight, right? And you say to yourself, I want to lose 50 pounds in 4 weeks, or in 6 weeks, I want to lose 50 pounds. So I'm going to eat healthy to lose 50 pounds. First of all, your expectations is unrealistic. So you want to say, at least say, I want to lose 15 to 20 pounds within 6 weeks, right? And let your focus not be on weight loss too much. If it is on weight loss, let it be because the weight is really, really affecting your health, because that's the only way it will really push you. So if you pressure yourself to lose weight too quickly, your plan to achieve better health, it may backfire on you. And that is what actually happened to me at first, because I wasn't, yes, I know I was supposed to eat healthy, right? But eating healthy wasn't my main goal. My main goal was losing weight. And once I lost what it was 15 pounds, then I went back to unhealthy eating, because my main reason for wanting to eat healthy was to lose weight. So you want to really, really establish your wellness why. And I spoke about that last week, right? So you really, really want to establish your wellness why before actually setting your expectations. So researchers have found that obese people who expect to lose a lot of weight were more likely to drop out of a weight loss program within 6 to 12 months. Setting a more realistic and achievable goal can keep you from getting discouraged, and it may even lead to greater weight loss. When we do it that way, guys, we don't see when the weight is going, because our focus is on actually how we feel. And trust me, you feel a difference when you eat healthy, right? So number two, you want to think about what really motivates you. Remembering your wellness why. So you want to remember why you're making healthy choices can actually help you stay on course. So you want to make a list of specific reasons why you want to get healthy. This can be very helpful. So if didn't you weren't able to tune in last week. Last week we spoke about your wellness why, and basically your wellness why is the main reason why you really, really want to be healthy, right? So once you establish that, you want to actually keep this. If it's a list you're making, you want to keep this list handy and refer to it when you feel you need a reminder. Number three, you want to keep unhealthy foods out of the house. It's difficult to eat healthy if you are surrounded by junk foods. If other family members want to have these foods around, try keeping them hidden rather than on the countertops or where you can find them. So the saying of out of sight, out of mind, it definitely applies here. Having food on display in various areas of the house has been linked to obesity and increased consumption of unhealthy foods, and I am a testimony to that. So for me at my house, I don't buy junk food because if I buy it and it's lying around, I will be very much tempted to eat it, right? So make that your practice, and for me that have been working excellent. So my kids know that they will not get me to buy junk food, right? And if they do eat junk, it's not because I bought it, it's not because it's hanging around the house, they get it out of the house. So you can make that a part of your routine if you have issues with eating junk foods, right? Or eating unhealthy foods, I should say. You want to carry healthy snacks. So sticking to a healthy diet can be tough when you're away from home for extended periods. So when you get too hungry on the go, you may end up grabbing whatever is available. And I told you that's my problem also. So this is often processed foods that we grab, and having a healthy, high protein snack on hand can help your appetite stay in check until you're able to have a full meal. And for me, what I use a lot is the protein bar. That protein bar can hold me for approximately 2 hours. So I know if I am hungry and I have a protein bar within 2 hours, I would get food, right? So having a protein bar is excellent. So whatever snack you choose, you want to ensure that it has some form of protein in it so it will last you longer. You wouldn't feel hungry for about approximately an hour to 2 hours. So some examples of good snacks are good snacks with protein, that is some almond nuts, some if you're carrying stuff to work, you can carry eggs to work, right, as a snack, or even Greek yogurt. You can carry these things. So these are some of the things that we can actually stick in our fridge if we have a fridge at work, and just we can just munch on it. So and you want to exercise and change your diet at the same time. You may have heard that you shouldn't change these two things at one time, but when you're really, really trying to improve your health, research has shown that when you make both dietary and physical activity changes at the same time, the results tend to reinforce each other. So, in a study with 200 persons, those who began eating a healthy diet and exercising at the same time found it easier to maintain these behaviors than those who started with either diet or exercise alone and then added the other one at a later time. So because they both of them, they tend to lean on each other, it's very important that you start both at the same time, right? So if you know you're starting to eat a healthy um, diet, have a healthy meals, then you want to incorporate some form of exercise, even if it's probably walking, right? So you want to have a game plan before eating out, especially if you like to eat out. Try to maintain a healthy diet while eating out. This can be challenging, but it is possible, right? There are ways to make it easier, such as checking out the menu before you go. Also, before you leave the house, you want to drink water or have a salad or something. You don't want to go too hungry. Well, right now, we if our restaurant is takeaway, so it's a bit easier for us, right? So it's best to have a strategy in place before you go to the restaurant rather than being overwhelmed once you get there. And you look at, which restaurant will have more healthy foods when you're choosing where to go and eat, right? So be very, very mindful of that. So number 7, you want to practice mindful eating. Eating Eating mindfully can actually help you maintain a healthy lifestyle. So take time to enjoy your food and appreciate its ability to nourish you. This increases your chances of making successful, lasting behavioral changes. So in a 4-month study, overweight and obese women who practice mindful eating significantly improve their relationship with food. And this is, it may sound a little strange, but once you start eating healthy, you would realize the relationship that you develop with food, because now you tend to crave healthy foods as opposed to unhealthy foods. When you get something unhealthy, your body feels different, right? And then you wonder, why did you eat this, right? Why didn't I eat something healthy instead? So you develop that bond with food. And that's a good bond to develop, because when you're not practicing healthy eating, then automatically you have developed a bond with unhealthy eating, right? So you want to get a partner to join you. Sticking with a healthy eating and exercise plan, it can be tough to do on your own. Having a diet or exercise buddy may be helpful, especially if that person is your partner or spouse. Researchers stated that from a study they did with over 3,000 couples, they found that when one person made a positive lifestyle change, such as increasing physical activity or eating healthy, the other was more likely to follow their lead. And let me tell you, that is so, so true. That is so true. That happened with my husband and myself, right? So once you start eating healthy, your spouse or your partner will recognize, and they would see the benefits, and they would fall into line, right? And once you get your partner to fall into line, it's very, very easy now, because more than likely you will not eat unhealthy, because you have one reminding the other, right? So you want to get your partner to join you, even if it's with exercise or the eating. If you can get them for both, excellent. So number 9, you want to start the day with a high protein breakfast. If your first meal is well balanced and it contains adequate protein, you're more likely to maintain a stable blood sugar level and not overeat for the rest of the day. So in one study, overweight women who consume at least 30 grams of protein at breakfast felt more satisfied, and they ate fewer calories at lunch than those who ate a lower protein breakfast. So high protein breakfast, if you don't know, let me give you an example. high protein breakfast can be oats with eggs. Sometimes we think if we have oats and that's sufficient, especially what we put into the oats, right? Because oats just have approximately 4 grams of protein, right? So then you want to use high protein. If you're using milk, you want to use, well, for me, basically, I don't use milk, right? I use like soy milk. So you want to look at the content of the protein in the soy milk, or whatever liquid you're using. So example, let me give you an example. So you're making oats, right? So oats already have 4 grams. Your soy milk has about 6 to 8 grams of protein. So use that. You can add peanut butter to your oats. Peanut butter will have another 7 grams of protein. So already there you have 20 something grams of protein in your breakfast. And then in addition to that, you can have eggs, right? You can have, if it's 2 boiled eggs, or if you want to make a omelette, right? So you would get your 30 grams of protein in that meal for breakfast. So you want to have a high protein breakfast. So number 10, you want to realize that it takes time to change your habits. So don't be discouraged if it takes longer than you actually expected to adapt to a new, healthier way of living. Researchers have found that it takes an average of 66 days to make a new behavior a habit, right? Eventually, eating healthy and exercising regularly will become automatic. So once you have made, let's say, 2 months sticking to something, and more than likely for you now, you are consistent, right? So it will become automatic after that. So you want to also figure out what works best for you. There's no perfect way that works for everyone. It's important to find a way of eating and exercising that you actually enjoy. You want to also find a sustainable diet or a sustainable exercise routine that you can stick to for the rest of your life. The best diet for you is the one that you can stick to in the long run. And that's very, very important, because a lot of times we go on crash diets, right? And that's not sustainable. We cannot do that for the rest of our lives. So what happens when the crash diet finishes? We go back to our unhealthy eating ways. So you want to choose something that can work for you in the long run. And I will share with you what have worked for me and is continuing to work for me. But I think on my next slide, I will share with you one of our clients who did a trial challenge, right? And a trial challenge is a 6-day challenge it's probably, I should say, an experimental challenge for persons who, they're a little skeptical. And she would share her experience. But before she shared her experience, I would want to read what's on the screen. Those who have no time for healthy eating will sooner or later have to find time for illness. And that is so, so true, guys. Really, really true. This is something that we have to take into consideration. So I will play the recording for you.
Greetings, everyone. I am Kerry-Ann. I just wanted to share my experience with the Destyne Fit 6-day challenge. Well, let me start where I left it more. Firstly, in that short space of time, when I got my weight, I lost 2 pounds. So that was good. I received a lot more benefits. I was able to return to my health habits, which I used to practice, being in the Adventist message for 24 years, some of the health habits you tend to fall off. So I was really happy to return to some of them. And what I really am happy about is that the cooperation I got from the family, my son being like to eat healthy and gym and stuff. So it was really welcoming to the family. My husband, the way he was cultured to eat. So it was really refreshing to have meals prepared that way, even for me. It was also for me with my planning of my time, planning the meals. I was able to get the meals done earlier, on time, and it was really interesting. I didn't like to eat much, but it really I got interested in eating because the way how the combinations were, and one thing I must mention, when I saw what was the amount, I was sort of concerned, but I was filled, I was satisfied, I wasn't hungry, so it was surprising. And also one of the things what I'm very happy to experience is also to really is really when I also got that benefit of having a coach like Shireen who always checking in on me, how you doing, how you're getting through, and the support from her. So it was really a wonderful experience. It was really, really wonderful experience. So I found it was really interesting. It was really surprising to get to all those benefits in that short space of time. So I will encourage anyone, come on, try it and you won't be disappointed. So thank you for giving me that listening ear. So you all take care and stay fit. So I must once more say, Destyne fit. Destyne fit.
Okay, so that was Carrie's experience for the 6-day trial. Basically, it is just introducing you to healthy eating habits, right? That's what the 6-day trial is doing. That's all. So you have to remember that eating healthy is not a short-term diet, it's a long-term lifestyle change, right? And I did tell you I would let you know what worked for me and is still working for me 2 years plus, and this is what I have sticked with. So Destyne Fit is powered by Herbalife Nutrition, right? So what we do, we use 2 shakes per day. We replace our breakfast and our dinner with a healthy shake. This shake is not a smoothie. It's a healthy meal in a shake form. We have 2 teas a day. This tea helps boost your metabolism and gives you increased energy, and it works as a detox for persons who have digestive issues. We have 2 healthy snacks per day, which is mid-morning snack, mid-afternoon snack, and we have a healthy lunch. So this is basically what we follow for our 21-day challenge. This is what we follow, right? In the teas, we have various flavors. In the aloe, we also have various flavors, right? The aloe is actually used to sweeten the tea, so you would not need any sugar. And the photo there is a select line, which is the vegan line. It is made with pea protein, pea, rice, and quinoa protein, right? So it's excellent for persons who are vegan or want to go vegan. Um, if your goal is weight loss, then we have a package for weight loss. And we also use something called cellulose, which helps with water weight and also bloating. So if you have a lot of issues with that, then cellulose will help you, right? So breakfast. So this is what we have for breakfast. As I said, we have a healthy shake along with the healthy tea, right? In your shake, you have 21 essential amino acids, 20 essential vitamins, You have it's a healthy source of fiber, and you have 200 calories for persons who are counting calories, right? And you get 24 grams of protein, because remember I tell you we need a protein pack breakfast, right? Your tea, it's a natural energy booster. It burns fat, it reduces your appetite. It's a natural antioxidant and natural detox when used together with your aloe. Your aloe supports your internal digestive health, also helps for anti-inflammatory, and it soothes your digestive system. So for persons who you don't have a regular bowel movement, the tea and the aloe works excellent for that, right? And as I told you, with the cellulose, it's excellent for water weight and bloating. So we use that 3 times per day, one for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? And you would feel a difference if you are bloated. So how do we make our shakes? We just use water, 8 to 10 ounces of water, cold water, or you can have a hot shake depending on which flavor you have, because there are about 12 flavors of the shakes. So if you're having a chocolate shake, then you can have hot chocolate, right? So you use hot water instead. So if you're having a cold shake, let's say cookies and cream, you would have 8 to 10 ounces of cold water. For ice cubes, use 1 scoop of protein drink mix if it's your vanilla drink mix, or peanut cookie or chocolate drink mix. You use 2 scoops of your cookies and cream. Let's say that's the flavor. If you mix cookies and cream and dulce de leche, and you just blend and enjoy that. A lot of persons say the shake tastes like ice cream, right? So if you're into sweet stuff, then there are some flavors that they are very sweet, so you can enjoy them, all right? Sweet enough for diabetics, though. So let me just say that, right? And this has been my transformation journey from since I started that um, healthy lifestyle. And for me, it has worked excellent. I told you before I started, and before I always wanted to try to get rid of the weight that I put on, because I was 140 pounds. I'm 5'1", so I was overweight for my height, and I was never that weight before. I always knew myself to be 125, right? So I needed to get rid of the weight. So my why was just to lose weight. And I did it. When I did it in 21 days. I lost 15 pounds because I stick, right? I was sticking to it. But once that 15 pounds was gone, I returned. When I changed my reason, my why, when I realized my cholesterol levels were up and I really, really needed to get my act together, my why changed. And from then, I was consistent. So you really, really need to know your why. That's the only how you will really change your eating habits. And you need to find someone who will push you along, your journey. If it works for me, if it works for our family, our fit farm family, then it can surely work for you, right? You just need to have the right mindset. So we have the 21-day challenge going on. It takes 21 days of healthy eating and working out, and it will become a habit. That's why we basically call it the 21-day challenge, because it takes 21 days to make and break a habit, right? So in that 21-day challenge, it actually starts tomorrow. The self-love challenge starts. And it's a month of February where it's Valentine's coming up. So we cannot give love if we don't have love for ourselves. And having love for ourselves, it starts with loving. If we love ourselves, we will love ourselves enough to eat healthy and to have a healthy body, right? And mind. So you would receive a meal plan. It will give you all the options of what you should have for your snack, what you should have for lunch. You will receive workout sessions. Right now, we have started our 21-day exercise or workout routine, and it's it's challenging, but it's a lot of fun because you will be added to a support group once you start, and in the support group, everyone is cheering each other. You post your workouts, and everyone is there to just motivate you. So you would also receive one-on-one coaching, all in an effort to create a healthy and happier you. Right? So if you are interested in joining our self-love challenge, which starts tomorrow, just let me know. Send me a message. You can also WhatsApp me. Um, for those of you who don't know my number, it's 758-724-8199. All right. If somebody invited you to this session, then reach out to them and let them know that you want to get started. So this is your opportunity to unmute your mic and ask me any questions that you want to. These are some of the references.
Hello?
Hi, hi.
Hello? Hi, it's Carrie Ann.
Hi, Karian. So we have,
Hi, hi, good evening. The question I have is on the cellulose tablets, you call it, or capsules. When you said one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner, is it that you're not having anything to eat, or is it
no,
just
it's
you have a session?
after your breakfast, after your lunch, after your dinner. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Right. Thanks.
Yes.
Right. I want to make sure. And I just got the opportunity. I was so excited doing that recording. I forget something very important. I had more energy. I had more energy. I had more energy. I got through my day. I had more energy. That was, I felt different. I was more rested. I had more restful sleep. Didn't wake up tired. I felt different. My mind was clearer. I could have think two things. So that, I think, that was a vital point that I left out. And a little something to laugh at. I had more energy, and my husband appreciated. So a word to the wise is sufficient. So, so I just want you all to have something to laugh at. But honestly, the energy was very much appreciated. And the entire house is like, because I have adult children, so you cannot say, eat this, eat that. So it's like, Mom, yeah, this is going along. My son said, Mama, tell me this for the longest while. So it was really welcome. I was sort of on the obedient side. So it's like, yeah, somebody, I tell you, so we on board. So, and it's financial too. It's not as expensive as people will think. It's really cost effective. It was really like wow. It was wow. So I forgot that. I got so excited, so I had to add to it. So you all have a pleasant evening. So I will take my seat now and be quiet.
Thank you for sharing, Karian. Thank you, much appreciated. Do we have any comments or questions? Okay, so let me just check the chat to make sure you didn't put it there. Okay, so there is a link in the chat. There is a link in the chat. You can fill out if you want to participate in the 21-day challenge, guys. So you can feel free to fill that form. But thank you very much for joining in today. We will be back next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. So be sure to look out for that invite and join us next Sunday at 6:30. Thank you for sharing your Sunday afternoon with me, guys. Have a pleasant evening. Bye, bye, guys.
Bye.